So, nigga, why you don't pick up the phone? You don't see me calling you.
All right, guys, welcome back to another interview, the second rap interview. Something that's really fun to me. I like to do because one thing about music I love is like it helps people connect with each other much better. You get what I'm saying? Music is just a big, broad thing to like I said, let people relate. But here I'm with Junie, Cam.
Judah Superstar, Juniper the Superstar,
Go let 'em
Baby Ski,
Mm-hmm.
Kindle the Star EP coming soon.
You hear him? You hear him? So, bro, I want to say thank you for allowing me to do your first interview with Dog. For
Sure,
real.
appreciate
I
you
appreciate
doing
it.
it, bro.
I appreciate
Sure.
it. So, I want to get into it. Like, introduce yourself and give like a little brief summary of who you are.
All right, Cam to my family, Cam to my close friends, Juniper the Superstar to the rest of the world. From Dallas, Texas. Gotta put Dallas on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So tell Cash Pays that I'm up there for sure. Shit, vibing, chilling. We out in Italy, doing shit different. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to go up, take the team with me, take my family up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, each interview, I like to start off with some type of icebreaker question. Okay.
Okay.
Just to really just see how people think, or just just get a little laugh in.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, with the first icebreaker question, why do your lips do not touch when you say touch, and when you say separate, they touch?
Touch, separate. What the fuck? Yeah, no, bro. I got one for you. Spell the sound of a sniff.
Of a sniff? What you mean?
Spell it.
Shit, you can't.
Exactly, type shit. Nah, that's crazy, bro. I never even thought about that shit.
Yeah, bro, that shit really
Touch.
fucked me up.
Sniff. Toot. Damn, I ain't even that's a little stupid, bro.
Yeah, nigga. I was looking at the questions today. I was like, man, let me find something. Thought about it. I read that question. I said, touch. I was like, all right, my lips ain't touching. I said, separate. I was like, oh, that shit really okay.
Yeah,
Fucking up, man.
I would blew my mind, bro.
All right, so let's get into it.
Right.
So, what got you into rapping? Like, what really started it off for you?
So, truth be told, I've always been like into music, not like making music, but just like sonically, just like listening to it. I always fucked with making music. And funny enough, I actually didn't really have my own like taste in music until the 11th grade. So I used to just listen to like what my brother was listening to. So it's like rock and shit, like Green Day or 3 Days Grace, I think, some other shit, and just whatever's on the radio. And then like I found out about Uzi, Thug, and Future coming around the same time. Not so I wasn't too heavy on the old Thug, but still respect to that shit from Thug. But it was a lot of Uzi and Thug, and that kind of like drove me into my own lane. And then 7 months ago, January, I was super depressed, and I was just kicking it with my homegirl QP, and we was drinking and shit, and then I was just like, niggas be drunk, but man, cut the music, but throw some beats. I was playing, and she was like, "You for real?" I was like, "Nah," and she was like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Shit, fuck it." So then that's kind of where it like literally started, like my very first freestyle, and I've always like I freestyled before just on some jokey shit.
Yeah, like play type shit. Yeah.
But I did the very first shit. We didn't even record it, and it was on some rockstar shit, but it was hard. But that's how it started. That's really what kicked it off. And plus, because I'm so tapped in with music and I listen to so much music, it kind of like music found me. I didn't really find music.
And you found it in 11th grade. Usually, like I say, the time I found music, I say was in high school too. I don't know like the specific type of grade, but like in middle school, it was like more of an experiment type thing. I didn't know what I really liked. I just knew like what my dad used to play, like Nas, Biggie, and shit like that. But then like once I said like when I got to high school, that's when I found my sound. Like with Young Boy, like when he first dropped, that's when I found
I wasn't a Young Boy fan until November, bro. He dropped Sincerely Contrail, or no, October. I'm sorry. He dropped Sincerely Contrail. My homeboy's a big ass Young Boy fan. This nigga had the Apple like yearly replay. To. Nigga had 425 hours of Young Boy, like on some Diggy and shit. Like that's my bro. And I was like, damn, but like. So, and granted, like, before that, he had songs that I did fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't call myself a fan. But, he put me on, Sincerely Contrail, and that's really what got me. Like, I was like, damn, this nigga kind of hard, bro. Like, plus the shit I was going through just kind of resonated. And I was listening to, Yeats' old tape, I think it's called, I forget the name of it, but it's like gray and shit, and I liked it with that too. So, that's kind of what I was listening to at that time. And then Thug also dropped Punk. So those 3 albums were like in rotation. But when I was younger, like my mama, my mama like R&B type lady. Like, she fuck with my music.
Fantasia, that's my
mom.
I
was just
Keisha Cole.
Fantasia, Keisha Cole. Like I don't fuck with them, but like old R. Kelly, like all that shit. Mario or Marion. Who's that nigga? There's a heart right when my heart used to be so cold.
No, that's Mario.
Is it
Heartbreak, yeah. I'm so cool. I'm so
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so she listens to all the old R&B shit. So like, if I drop an R&B tape or like I just kind of sing on the track, it's kind of like maybe nods off to my mom. I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
Hell yeah, you got to, bro. Especially Dukes, they really.
Yeah. My mom, she really.
Oh my god, I can say my mom. She used to love Fantasia, bro.
But what?
I see you.
I'm talking about like it's early mornings, bro. It's like Sunday, Saturday. I'm trying to sleep in, bro. I've been at school all week, bro. I'm asleep. She boom. Now she don't kick over the door, but she. Good. It's time to clean. I'm like,
oh shit.
If I like wake up in my sleep and I hear the music, I try to go back to sleep and she be like, get up, we gotta clean baseboards. I'm like, we just cleaned them last week.
What's baseboards? What's that?
These shits right here. She used to make us scrub walls, all that shit. She would be outside cleaning. We had acorn trees, bro. So we had like hella acorns and leaves falling in our like house, or not house, but like the yard and shit. So she used to make my brother get like a ladder. We lived on a hill, bro. So it was really like dangerous for real. We get up on the ladder. Clean out the fucking the gutters. Yeah. And we had to bag the leaves up, clean the steps that we had, bro. A whole lot of shit.
Nah, see, I always lived in apartments my whole life. Like, starting off, I was living in the house with my dad and my mom, and they separated and all that shit. Yeah. So all we used to do was fucking clean downstairs, vacuum, probably sweep some shit. That's it. I ain't do all that shit, bro. That's too much.
Like, when I actually lived in, like, Dallas, like, the city, I was a kid, but I was, like, young. I don't remember it, but the house caught on fire. And then we ended up moved to Plano. We lived in a duplex, and that's where I spent like up to like 5th grade, or up to 4th grade. We did a lot of. That's why I was an outside kid. But then I moved to DeSoto, which is like 15 minutes from Oak Cliff. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like that's where all the cleaning shit really came from. Because that's when I really started like tapping. Like, I would say tapping in because it was 40, but that's when she really started making me do that cleaning shit. Bro.
Hey, no, bro. Me and my mom, we two different types of people. I picked up on my dad's side when it comes to cleaning. Cause like my mom, oh my god, not trying to say my mom dirty. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that, but
you like to clean.
Yeah, I like to have my shit a little organized. Like I got a little OCD in me.
No, for sure.
But sometimes I can't get lazy, and I just like fuck it. But let's get back to the music. Let's get back to it. No, we straight. No, if we get off topic, it's fine. But I want to ask you this. So listening to your music, like how would you describe your style?
So like. On an industry type level, and even a little bit of underground, I would say like you classify as underground, but like rap alternative, which is just really that's what underground is, a subgenre of rap. And
gotcha.
I think just with like the introduction of like, from my recollection, even like Wayne when he dropped his like little rock type album, and then like just Thug's music, Uzi's music, X's music, Juice WRLD, like they opened that realm for like the alternative rap, and that's kind of like where they kind of came from. Because I was a big X fan. I put all my niggas that listen to trap and shit. Put all them niggas on X.
I couldn't fuck with X, Ski Mask, none of them, bro.
Really?
But it's just
Ski
Mask. So Ski Mask, like I'm not really of a. How can I say?
That's not your vibe.
Yeah, it's not my vibe. But if niggas like play it around me, I'll listen to it. I'm not gonna sit right here and be like, all right, whatever. But I listen to it. I don't care.
Because music is an art. It's subjective, and sometimes like you gotta grow on you. Like people like a nigga, your favorite artist can drop a song, and you like, I'm not fucking with this.
Yeah. And
then you listen to it over, and you like, actually, it's kind of a banger.
YoungBoy, as long as he's my favorite like rapper or whatever, he did a song like I say like Ski Mask and him called Blazing. It was like he was talking more like drugs and shit. I was like, I ain't fucking with it, but I gave it a chance because I'm like, all right, it's YoungBoy, bro.
But I would say I make at least the songs I have out now are like drug music, or even like vibe. You can smoke, roll up, pop a pill, drink to it, like.
And that's what people. And this generation though, bro. That's like music like that really is like that type of music is actually kind of winning anyway.
Resonates with the soul.
Hell yeah, because like back at the crib, I used to hang with these dudes. Well, I ain't gonna say hang with them, but I used to kick it with them sometimes, like. Bro, when you go in their room and shit, bro, they got the little red lights and all that shit.
Right. So it's like an aesthetic type shit.
Yeah, it's like, mind you, I didn't smoke for real, but when I went in there, I felt like I was off some shit.
Yeah, it's
like, fucking with me.
Secondhand smoke, bro.
Yeah, I just be like,
no, for sure, be like that.
It's a vibe, though. It is a vibe that you just gotta really like fuck with.
You catch it.
Hell yeah. So within that, like, what would you say you bring to the rap game?
It's hard to say. Well, I mean, it's not even hard to say because like, just like with engineering, producing, rap, like it's oversaturated because everybody's trying to do it. Especially like you see like big names like Derek and Lil Baby like going up. Niggas like, I want to rap too. I would say just not honestly like my music, and this is gonna sound cliche. Like it don't really sound like nobody else because like I made my own preset and I'm still tweaking it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not completed. But just my aesthetic in general, like just how I like to dress and just my energy is like it's a little different.
So
but I don't know the big niggas like that. But.
So I do want to touch on that too. Your dressing, because like first time I did see you was at it was at like the 4th of July thing. Yeah. You didn't know who I was. Yeah. And it was just like I'm like this nigga dressing is different. So how would you say how important is like being different?
I would say like for being different, bro. I would say don't try too hard because I don't really try to be different. Like that's who I am. So I feel like you can kind of notice like when people try to be different, like you have the pretty boy lane, you have like the buff nigga lane, like and then buff niggas start to be pretty boys. It's like
it's just like the rappers trying to be basketball players trying to be the thug rappers and shit.
Yeah, like I mean, yes and no, because some niggas are really like that for sure. Like
true.
That's their life and they live and they just happen to be playing basketball. Or they just happen to be rapping. But I think like being different, just like uniqueness, just like separating yourself apart, it's really just comes down to who you are as a person. It's not something you can really teach. Like you can with dressing shit, like you can kind of like be like, oh yeah, like you should wear this or you could do this. Cause I'm very capable of being a stylist, like, but I style myself. You know what I'm saying? And like there will be photo shoots. Like I'll have my homeboy Saint. Shout out to Saint.
Oh yeah.
He'll be styling me for some of my shoots and shit like that. And for some of our niggas that really can't like, I won't say they can't dress, but it's not there. It's not like aesthetically pleasing to like the public eye. But like also in the same breath, you don't want to dress just because you don't want to dress like everybody wants you to dress. Still be you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. You
know something though, I do commend you because like the way how you dress and the way like you carry yourself is like I like people that's different. Cause I don't like people that's always the same as the next nigga, like sagging or talking like this, talking like that. Even though I can say I talk a certain type of way, whatever. That's cause where we come from. But people that's different, the way how they dress and just shit like that. It's just like I fuck with them more cause like it's real. They just not the regular stereotypical person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, like I never like even in high school people say I could dress like, and that's back looking at my shit now, but man, hell no. But like it was different. Like in middle school when Abercrombie and Fitch was popping, I always had Abercrombie and Fitch. You know what? Hollister. I stayed with the shit.
Yeah, and that's why I want to ask you. When did you start dressing? Like when has like fashion start becoming like a real
took off? I would say. So like I said, like in middle school, not really elementary school. Actually, not even elementary school. Like it was a baby. I had pictures of me rocking Ed Hardy. Like so, I've been had the drip like for sure. But like when it took off, it was probably 2020, like October. I was in Korea and I just decided to dye my hair blonde. I had this when I had short hair, waves. I dyed my hair blonde and I just like went crazy with the shopping and like I posted a fit and people went crazy and I was like, oh yeah, it's my lane. But even in Japan, like that's where I met my homegirl, my sister Amari. She put me on like a lot of like different brands and shit like that. Cause I had drip, but it wasn't like no crazy shit. And I was thrifting, but not like thrifting for my lane. And then I kind of started dressing kind of like how the Japanese do. They dress for like not really validation, but for aptitude and expression. So really, like my fits are kind of like how it's not every day, but sometimes they express how I'm feeling in that moment.
So being in Italy and was like you was in Japan, who would you say kind of like dressed better in a way? Because I know being in Italy is a big fashion market, just as like over there in like in Asia in a way.
I think all of them kind of hit the same little mark. Definitely different from the States. Like, yeah, they still, like, kind of pull from States influence just because, like, our fashion is, like, more... Our street fashion is different from theirs.
Yeah.
We got skinny jeans, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say, honestly, they're all kind of up there because, like, Japan, Korea, and Italian fashion is different. Like, but I pull from everywhere. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, I pull, like, fashion from, like, the olden days. Or I pull fashion from, like, anime characters and shit. I won't, like, dress up as a nigga, but, like, a color scheme or the shape of his outfit or a character's outfit, I'm like, oh, that's hard.
So, and would you say this, like, so, you know, everybody always say any culture is always jacking the black style. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, do you believe in that, or is like, everybody bite off each other?
I'd say like a 70-30.
70-30.
Because 70 being black is the blueprint for sure. Because you see it in the media, like people's lingo be changing, like white girls, and just really anybody that's not black.
Yeah.
Nothing against like white women, but anything like we do some shit, and it becomes a blueprint. Like we do some shit, it becomes a trend. Like people, where the money reside, that dude, it was hella people taking his little slogan and changed a couple of words, and now it's like huge. Or like you got people saying, "Oh, it's given." Like I mean, the guys that's more female lingo, but they're like, "Oh, it's given." Like now every female is doing it, every woman is doing it, and it's like it started from the black community with the blueprint. Now, when I say biting, there's levels to it because I think it's more of sometimes it's more of influence than just straight up copying.
Okay.
So for sure, like there definitely is an American influence on like
a lot of cultures.
Yeah, like hair, especially hair and makeup. Like women wearing darker tone makeup, like or like tanning. Like I get it, but it's like, and then like people wearing braids and stuff. I'm like, that's not really like your hair's not meant for that.
Yeah. It's. I remember I was watching this video yesterday on TikTok. I forgot what the movie was called. It was like Taraji P. Henson and this Asian girl. They was going back and forth. Taraji P. Henson, she was like, "You wouldn't wear cornrows." She said, "You don't even like cornrows." The Asian girl, like, "I'm wearing cornrows because of something." Taraji P. Henson, like, "You only wearing it because you got a brother on you." And that's the reason why the Asian woman was wearing cornrows because you got a black.
I've seen. I've been out like just out and about, and I've seen.
Baby, if you love me, yeah, please don't waste my time. Please just be.
You doing it? All right. Oh, so listen. If you like my content, if you like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and just share the video. Let's make the channel grow. Let's get together. All right, you can stop it.